Is height everything in basketball? Man, you know I love me some towering giants on the court, but let me tell you, it takes more than just size to make it in the NBA. We all dream of hearing our names called on draft night, right? That moment when years of blood, sweat, and hustle could pay off with a ticket to the big leagues. But sometimes things don't go exactly as planned. Today we're diving into the 7 worst NBA players in history. These are the guys who had all the hype but none of the game. They were supposed to be the next big thing, but they ended up being the biggest letdowns. Coming in at number 7, we got Cherokee Parks. Listen, a 6'11 center out of Duke. Sounds promising, right? This dude had all the makings of a dominant big man. He was putting up decent numbers in college, but when he hit the NBA, it was like watching Bambi on ice skates. He just couldn't find his footing. Look, I'm all about second chances, but this guy had more lives than a cat. He bounced around the league for 10 seasons, averaging a measly 4.4 points per game. Parks taught us a valuable lesson. Defense wins championships, and, well, Cherokee wasn't exactly known for his lockdown D. He was softer than a baby's bottom out there. Despite his struggles, he kept pushing, but sometimes effort just isn't enough. At number 6, we got Bryant Big Country Reeves. Now this dude was a mountain of a man. At 7 feet tall and 290 pounds, he was an absolute unit. Coming out of Oklahoma State, he had some real potential. I mean, the guy could score the rock. But somewhere along the way, Big Country forgot to lay off the country cooking. His weight ballooned, and his game suffered. He became slower than a snail in a snowstorm. It's a shame, really. With the right work ethic, Reeves could have been a force to be reckoned with. But instead, he became another cautionary tale of what happens when talent meets poor conditioning. His story is a reminder that potential means nothing without discipline. Coming in at number 5, we got Sun Yue. Now, I'm all about expanding the game globally, but this one had me scratching my head. Sun Yue was a 6'9" guard from China, and let me tell you, the hype was real. People were calling him the next big thing, but when he finally made it to the NBA, it was like watching a fish out of water. He looked lost, confused, and overmatched. The language barrier didn't help, but even his game seemed lost in translation. He played just 10 games in the NBA, averaging a whopping 0.6 points per game. Look, I'm all for giving guys a chance, but sometimes the talent just ain't there. His journey shows that not everyone can make the leap to the big leagues. At number 4, we got Michael Ruffin. Now, this dude was a walking, talking foul machine. He was like the Dennis Rodman of hacking, except without the rebounds or the championships. Ruffin played 10 seasons in the NBA, and let me tell you, he made his presence felt. Unfortunately, it was mostly for all the wrong reasons. He averaged more fouls per game than points. I mean, come on, man. You're telling me you can't stay on the court long enough to make a positive impact? Ruffin was a liability on offense, and a walking whistle on defense. He's a prime example of why you gotta do more than just foul to make it in the NBA. His career is a testament to the importance of versatility in the game. Coming in at number 3, we got Nicolo Skittles. Now, this one's a real head-scratcher. Skittles was a 7-foot forward from the Republic of Georgia, and let me tell you, the hype was off the charts. NBA teams were drooling over his potential. He was drafted 5th overall in the 2002 NBA draft. But there was just one problem. Nobody had actually seen him play. Can you believe that? They drafted this dude sight unseen. Well, it turns out there's a reason why you scout players before you draft them. Skittles was a bust of epic proportions. He was soft, uncoordinated, and couldn't shoot the ball to save his life. He bounced around the league for a few years before fading into obscurity. His story is a cautionary tale about the dangers of hype without substance. At number 2, we got Mankey Bates. Now, this dude was a true giant. He stood at 7 feet 1 inch and weighed in at over 300 pounds. He was a backup center for the San Antonio Spurs during their championship run in 2003. But let me tell you, his contributions to that championship were about as significant as a fly on an elephant's back. He was slow, clumsy, and couldn't score on a breakaway layup. I mean, come on, man. You're 7 feet 1 inch. Dunk the ball. Bates was a walking, talking example of why size isn't everything in the NBA. His career is a reminder that even giants need skill and agility to succeed. And finally, at number 1, the moment you've all been waiting for, we got Oliver Miller. Now this dude was a whole buffet on legs. He was listed at 6 feet 9 inches and 280 pounds, but let me tell you, that was generous. He was closer to 350. Easy. Miller had a decent rookie season with the Phoenix Suns, but then the weight problems started. He ballooned up faster than a hot air balloon, and his game went downhill faster than a runaway train. He was out of the league after just 5 seasons. The saddest part? I heard he opened up a BBQ joint after he retired. I mean, come on, man. You had one job, stay in shape and play basketball. His story is a stark reminder of how quickly things can go south without discipline. So there you have it, folks, the 7 worst NBA players of all time. These guys prove that it takes more than just height and athleticism to make it in the NBA. You gotta have the skills, the work ethic, and the mental toughness to compete at the highest level. What do you guys think? Did I miss anybody? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more Shaqtastic content. Remember, not every tall guy can be a basketball star.